Hello everyone. So tonight I'm going to do a purple pinkish mani with Tokyo lights. And I thought I would try some tiny tips. I'm going to start with just a full nail. Again, still working on using leftovers. So kind of some random sets here, some good ones though. This one I'm starting with is After Hours, I believe. Yes, it's After Hours. It is kind of dry, it seems. It's such a pretty set though. I mean, obviously I like it because it reads purple. So. Oh yeah, that one's gonna need a flax bag after this, and thank goodness I have my nail strengthener on, because that makes it stick better. I'll work with that with some heat with my flax bag, and I think the strip is going to be enough. Maybe not quite. Yeah, see how easy that came off. And you know what? If this set was like in great shape and nice and fresh, I would maybe still put it on there because I'm doing the tip and it's probably not really gonna show. But where it's pretty dry, I need to use this up. So we're just gonna get one for the other side. I think my straightener I was using before I recently switched was actually not sealing things as well, because I did a test. I got a few mini ones which I had wanted for a while, and someone was giving some away for free, and so I got a couple of them and I did a test because obviously I don't want to seal my sets and have it. She thought maybe one of them wasn't working when I got them, so I did a test and sealed the same set with my original straightener and the two that I got, and it was actually my straightener that I'd been using that seemed the driest. So whether that was a fluke or not, I don't know, but we'll see if this one's better. Who knew though? Never would have known otherwise. Okay, and then next I believe this is, I should have laid these out to match up better. Okay, yep, that's Corporate Check. It's actually pretty similar. I mean, it's not the same as, this is Iridium. I don't say that out loud very often. You can see they're pretty similar. This one's a little maybe more lighter pink. I didn't realize how close those were until, you know, doing this mani. So just gonna round this so it goes on my nail better. So I switched to recording with just a free app that is meant to kind of isolate my voice and help weed out some of those background noises. You can still hear the fan, or it's not a fan, it's actually the water heater that's going. I thought it was the furnace, but it looks like it's my water heater. My craft room's right next to the utility room. Anyway, and after watching my last video, I was talking about, you know, I can hear my baby crying and I can hear this, and most of that it actually did a pretty good job with blocking out. That is not straight. Get that a little more straight. So I think that's been a good change. Ooh, I think that was a bad decision. I should have just put it down. I think it peeled up some of the nail teaks. And I didn't even get it straighter. Oh, goodness. And so it's like not sticky where it peeled that nail teaks off. It should still be sticky around the edges, man. These metallic-y sets like this can definitely be trickier to work with to get all the wrinkles out and apparently put straight on your nail. In my case, that's just my fault. It has nothing to do with the strip anyway. Anyway, so I think I finally figured out how to turn my furnace off. It turns out, so there's a fan that we have set to run 10 minutes every hour, and last time I did a fan hold. You would think that would turn it off, right? No, that turns it on. So I was saying, you know, fan hold for the next hour while I'm doing my nail video. And it would turn it on for an hour. So fix that, but I guess the water heater's going and I don't know how to. That's probably just going to be a thing because my husband and I shower at night. So it's replenishing. Yeah, you can see you get kind of some of those wrinkles with this one. But I think I'll get it smoothed out with heat afterwards. With my flax bag. And it doesn't want to stick where I peeled it up. Okay, let's do the other side. So corporate check was, I think, September of 24 sub box. It was like a corporate world business themed sub box. And then After Hours is an older one. It's from a few years ago. Testing how sticky it is. This is one of the sub box sets that came open. So as soon as I got it, I opened it and sealed it back up. Around the edges, you can see. I just sealed all around because that was kind of when I was still figuring out what was going on. And this was packaged on the 180th day. I don't know what day of the year that is, but I always just type it into Google if I want to know the actual date. Anyway, whatever day of the year that is, up until September, it was sitting open in their warehouse and in the mail and until it got to me, so it started out a little dry to begin with. And then I have used it once too, so it's been resealed twice now. But they did make good on it and sent me a fresh set, so Color Street did. So I have a fresh one that will be good. Oh, I always just want to get impatient, but I know it's not going to go well. Especially these metallic ones, you just got to take your time with. Okay, I think I finally realized, so I won this as a bingo prize in Stacy's group, and I think I finally figured out what it's for. Saw it enough on their lives. It works good for getting this excess around, so I'm testing that out. Yeah, that seemed to work pretty good. Cool. It's got like almost like a nail file texture there on the end, so that gripped that really good. Oh, wrinkles. Okay. Okay, stop messing with it. It needs heat. I'll have to figure out, I don't think it'd be too hard, but how to cut videos and edit them a little bit, because then I could pause, go do the heat, come back, and then you guys could see the difference. So maybe I'll do that someday. But alright, and then this one is Bronze Age, it's so gorgeous in person, just like the shift, the different colors that it gives off. Super pretty. This is one, I'm not a super into the browns and things like that, but this one, like I put it on and went, oh my gosh. One of those ones where you just go, ooh, so good. So I'm super excited. Tomorrow the high is supposed to be like 57 here. So my sister and I are going to take the kids and go out. I said hike, but it's not really a hike. We're going to a nature preserve thing we're worried about mud this time of year, so it's all boardwalks over water, basically. And I'm super excited just to get out, and then, yeah, hopefully we can hit some good trails this season. I love hiking, so. And my two bigger kids, they're good hikers. They can do a good distance. And then my baby, he's little. He's still only like 18 pounds, and so I can just wrap him up in the carrier and carry him. He's not too tricky. And he's not gonna mind that. When he gets a little older, he'll want to get down and walk, and then that gets tricky because, they want to go their own way out on the trail, and then they want you to carry them. And my sister's youngest is about a year older than my baby, and so we deal with all those issues. But since this one is flat on boardwalks, I'm taking the stroller, and I have a second seat so he can walk for a bit, and then we'll just put him in the stroller, and that is an advantage. So I love the spring release. I thought there were so many cute sets in that. Like all the colors. I feel like I would wear all of anything from that release. Just some really pretty solids and shimmers, and the floral ones are cute. Okay, let's try doing, I don't know, maybe I should just pause it and try and fix these up and then come back for tiny tips. Okay, yeah, maybe let's finish the base layer, and then I'll pause this, go do some heat, and then come back and do the tiny tips, and then I'll try to splice it into one video. will be a good challenge learning. I've definitely been learning a lot doing these videos, little things to improve, and yeah, it's been good. Okay, and then this one is Night Terror. So pretty. This was a Halloween release. I think it was the Halloween. It was sometime around 2020-ish. I'm not sure, but a while back, but like almost, there was just tons of purple, and Cat's All Folks, I think, was part of that release. I might be getting confused, but that's a purple cat set. It was when my sister-in-law was my stylist, and she's like, Sarah, did they ask you for your input on this? Because it was all very like purple and cats, which I love cats, so. Oh, good. That wasn't as crooked on my nails as that looked. So all my kids are getting over a cold, and just the last couple of nights my baby started going to bed nicely again at night. He usually, sometime around 6 to 7, sometime in that time frame, he goes to bed, and he just goes to bed for the night. But there was several days there that he would just fight it until he was really, really tired. One night we were up until like midnight, just, hard. And then, you're trying to stay well, but you're not able to sleep. And so far I have. My throat was kind of iffy-ish for a week or so, and then not a week or so, a day or so. I was like, I think I'm getting sick, but then it kind of went away, so maybe I'm going to luck out. So when I open this, I only have one thumb strip. So I'm actually going to cut it in half, and it's not going to be long enough for my nails, but again, I'm doing those tiny tips, and it shouldn't matter too much, so. The big strips just go really fast. And then my breaks are almost healed. There's maybe still a slight one there. I think it's pretty much there. I think it helped that last one I did. Let's see, which way do I want to do this? Probably still this way. Oh, that's going to be more than a tiny tip. I could have sworn I cut them in half, but what should I do? I have another thumb strip of Bronze Age. Or I have a thumb strip of this, but then it's a pattern in the thumb strip, which I'm not sure. Or we could do like a split thing like I did on the other. We could do something fancy. Oh, we could do a split strip with Tokyo Lights, maybe. Or I could just make it a French. I could do like French on this one, and then tiny tips on these. I don't know if that would look funky, or... Let's just go for it, I guess. Which thumbnail is shortest? I feel like it's this one. And I didn't cut it flat. We're just going to go with it. I think just because it's... Well, that covered more than I expected, I feel like. Let me push or go. Totally fine with it if this mani is, doesn't last me very long. It'll be fine. On to the next thing. So these strips are kind of struggling. I love doing use it or lose it because it's good to get to all those sets, but it's going to be nice to dive back into all of my sets again. But it's definitely been good to focus on using up some things too. Oh man, that's so crooked. Oh, do I dare move it? So there's that nail teaks peeling up on there. We'll see if this one will even stick now. Yeah, it stuck decently. Alright, I'm going to pause, go use some heat so you can kind of see those are not wanting to stick. Like that one's real bad. Lots of wrinkles. That one way doesn't want to stick. It's picking up stuff. So I'm going to go do some heat so you can kind of see the difference. And then I'll show you how to do some tiny tips with Tokyo lights on there. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So this is my adorable little flax bag. And I'm kind of still working a little bit here. But this works wonders. I mean, this one was the worst. Look at how well that's stuck down now. So, yeah, so this is hand sewn by Stacy. And you just microwave it. It's like one of those, heat packs that you can microwave for like sore muscles or whatnot. This one's filled with flax, which I'm so thankful to Stacy for figuring out that it works super well for nails. Flax is just really small. Oops, I got an extra little strip there. So flax is really small. So you can really like get down and work, along your cuticle and really just work those creases out. I see another one there. I figured I'd finish kind of working on these. Of course, now it's starting to cool off. It felt nice and warm when I came back downstairs. Still got a little bit of warmth though, but yeah, no, so like seriously, I feel like that saved this mani because some of it was not wanting to stick. And I used to like try to get my manis to stick with, putting some liquid nail polish and it just never worked out great. So this gets it kind of like melty and it's like a little warm hug for your fingers. Anyway, we're going to call that good. Let's try some tiny tips. So, tiny tips look hard, but they're not as hard as I thought they were. And then, so it's Tokyo Lights, but it's Tokyo Twinkle. I don't know where my stylist at the time got a set of it that I got from her. But it's just Tokyo Lights and a French tip strip, and it was feeling pretty dry, but now that I have it off, it's kind of got a gummy, so we'll see. If not, I have a twosie of it that I opened too, so I've had it for a very long time anyway. So you just start kind of on one side and you just kind of, yeah, it's not very sticky. Hold it down and you just kind of like go around your nail, and because you're doing it so tiny just on the end, you don't need to cut it or anything. You're just, hey, that works out good that I don't have any strip there because I can still use it as a tool to tear this off. So, oh, how cute. Look at that. And I'm sure it's not perfect if you looked close at it, and we can totally use, is there enough? Is this strip long enough? I think it should be. This little bitty pinky one. Look at that, I did 2 tiny tips with that little tiny itty bitty strip that's not big enough for much. Oh, this is gonna make this look so fancy. The first time I wore this Tokyo Twinkle set. Not the first time I wore Tokyo Lights, I'm sure, but the first time I wore the Tokyo Twinkle, I wore it just as French tips on my whole hand for my aunt's wedding. My dress, I was in the bridal party. And my dress was like a burgundy wine kind of color. Anyway, I loved that manicure. It was so cute. Couldn't stop looking at it. Had it on our trip. She's in California, so. We obviously went out there and stayed for a few days. Oh, and that was when we all got COVID. That was in 2021, I think, was when we got COVID. When she got married. So we went, we did the wedding, and we were up until like midnight, and my little, the one who's 5 now, he was like 2 then. And my daughter, she was just so tired, and we didn't know what was going on, and she went and had a snooze in one of the bedrooms she had at her house, her wedding. And then my little guy, he was up dancing. They had a band up until like midnight, and he was so cute and having fun. And then we got back to our hotel, and he had this croupy cough, and I was like, oh no, he has a history of having some respiratory things. So I took him to the ER because like we couldn't sleep. He was not doing good, and he had COVID. So we were going to go to SeaWorld and do the beach, and instead we just came home and we all got COVID, and it was not fun having COVID. You just feel not great. Doesn't show up super a ton on that one. Over, what is that? No. Bronze Age. That's that one. Okay. See, and these go pretty quick. Putting these on here, I'm just using my smallest strips, because might as well. Wonder how this will look over top of Night Terror. These are so fun to do. I love it. Because there's when you do an actual French, I feel like you gotta cut or punch, or you see them a lot more, you know, so. Anyway, I don't think we've had COVID since that trip, so that's good. It was quite the adventure. And then you're driving home. It's like a 10-12 hour drive, and you're like, I mean, we all gotta go in and go pee, and you just feel bad because, you know, you're sick, but you gotta get home, so. We were as careful as we could be, you know, wore our masks and did the drive-through for food, and that one's not long enough. Let's get a new one. There's so many fun things you can do with these tiny tips, like do a solid color with a design or a pattern. Not a pattern, but like, what do they call those? You know, the sets, design sets. Art sets? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, see? And that's my fan or heater, something kicking on, and that should be off. I don't get it. can't see that much over night terror. Okay, and then just thumbs left. I'm gonna make it's gonna be a little bit thicker of a tiny tip because the strip's short. And you know what? If you can see the nail through there a bunch, I will double it. Put more Tokyo lights in there. That's my plan. Yeah. See, that one is not super straight because we're just gonna double it right now. Since I made it thicker, you can like see. It looks more like a French tip. I didn't get it super straight. Ooh, I do remember the first time I wore Tokyo lights. I wore it as a full set. And I feel like I was newish to Color Street, so that's split in the middle, but we'll just double it and it'll be fine. Anyway, I wore it as a full set and it was just so sparkly. I kept looking at my nails. And I remember being at work and one of my patients saying, "Your nails are so sparkly." And it was kind of different because usually the guys don't say anything. He happened to be a guy. That is not long enough. Let's see. I kind of want to save my... Oh, what is that under there? Oh, okay, I do have one more smaller one. But I mean, this is a glitter, so I don't think it's going to matter. I think I can just do it halfway across and then just do another bit and it's going to merge just fine. Oh yeah, look at that. For a minute I was like, oh no, it's not going to blend. Although I didn't make my edge super straight. Like along there, there's a little bit of a bump. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be one of those things I notice. Yeah, no, I think that's fine. I feel like I kind of like pushed it and that straightened it out, so. But let me add... Let's got a little something over here, a little bit. I want to come down a little further. These glitters like this, you can really just like... The thing is now I'm trying to do such a small bit, it gets hard to get it to stick and then perforate. So there's not a lot on the nail. I should just stop being a perfectionist. Not a perfectionist, but I just want it to go down a little further on that edge. Yeah. Let's try cutting it. That was probably so not worth it. I should have just left it, but... Just trying to clean that up a little bit. Okay, well... And I may go try to do a little more heat on them, but... That's them. There you can kind of see those tips a little bit better. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later.